So the day after big win, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, yo, we're talking about a high stakes thriller. Yesterday was a high stakes thriller of a game. I feel really good about it. In retrospect, the way we had to dig that win out, the way we had to grind and go get it, it wasn't always a it wasn't always a pleasurable sight. It wasn't always a wonderful um, battle. It was very intense. Um, Gutsy win by our program to remain undefeated on the season. So I'm still riding the high of that. I'm still riding the high of the win. Um, I just I I wasn't sure we were gonna pull that one out. I mean, we could look at the box scores if you guys would like, but I'm sure you guys probably seen the box scores. So, let me say this. Let me say this. So what's the biggest reason we was able to walk away with the win? The biggest reason we was able to walk away. The biggest reason, um, for me, why we was able to walk away with the victory. I think that defensively, I thought we got after it. That's one of the biggest reasons. I think we was very consistent the whole time. Playing defense, and that's something you couldn't always associate with Iowa. Was the defense? The defense was there. Case in point, the first quarter ends. It's 11-9. What do you guys imagine? Okay, the first quarter being 11-9. Who would have scripted that? And sometimes we do have throwback games in women's college basketball where it's like we got pushed set back 25 years. It does happen where the scores are low, whether it be the end of the game total or whether it be, um, first quarter halftime, low scores going into halftime, barely scraping to 20 points because at halftime it was 28-25. I want to say this, man. I want to actually tip my cap to Baylor. And who do I really want to tip my cap to? I thought the coach had a team well prepared. Nikki Collins had I believe that's her name. She had a team well prepared, and then Talia Scott was an absolute monster. She was a thorn in my side and our side, and she literally could have helped her team like win this game. And I think they could have won this game, but Dariana Little Page Bugs offensively no showed. She couldn't hit a shot. And when she couldn't hit, because she normally makes some of these shots. When she was missing these shots, I'm like, the door is open for us to get this win. And sure enough, the door was open for us to get this win. I said all we needed was a miss or two by Talia Scott. We got, Addie Deal fouling Talia Scott was a little bit crazy. But what is she to do when she's never been in these situations? And maybe I want to reserve talking too much about Addie Deal so I can talk about it on my episode series, Deal Me In. But I want to tell you guys why we won the game. I want to tell y'all again, defense obviously is the big reason why we won this game. It's one of the biggest reasons, right? But the biggest reasons why I walked away with the win last night, Taylor Strumlow, who I affectionately call Stremmy Hardaway, she wears number one like Penny. She makes incredible passes like Penny. She's awesome like Penny was. But that's where it pretty much divides. Outside of that, she is proven to be so much confident, so much more confident Taylor Strimlow has been this season in her shot. Damn, it is unbelievable. But if you guys remember, I mean, I keep receipts. I might have to re-upload them or something or reshare them. I told you guys once her confidence is with her shot, she gonna be somebody. She already was a fan favorite. She already hustles. She already exhibits, the heart and hustle factor. But when her shot catches up, and she just has confidence, and she has confidence, and it was showing. It was growing. I last game, I I highlighted her getting off a little mid-range shot, having the utmost confidence in her ability to shoot. I wanted her to shoot. Literally, after every game last season, oh my goodness, I hope Taylor Strimbo shoots the ball more. Oh my goodness, I hope she takes more shots. What do you know about that? She's taking more shots and she's making them. She made two clutch threes yesterday. Taylor Strimbo literally set everything on fire. Literally, I root for this kid. I cheer for all of our players, but Strimlo, I just want to see her succeed. I want to see her succeed, and ultimately, hopefully, this can be the start of something. I don't think she played 25 minutes this season, but she did yesterday, and she held up. Let's see her stat line. Strimlo, 12 points, 4 for 6, 2 for 3, 2 for 4. Normally makes her free throws, so she did miss a pair. But 4 assists, she definitely could do better, and she will in the assist department. But we know she can pass her butt off in a rebound. Normally she gets more rebounds, but um, and a couple more steals as well. But she did get one steal. Man, look, when her threes went down, I must have lost it. I must have been beside myself in a happy nature, a happy mood, because we needed somebody to step up. And obviously, I want to say, obviously get well, chit chat. Obviously, please get well. I heard she gonna miss this game on Saturday, but I want to say this. I have to say this. It's not like Chastity chit chat, right? It's not like she was having the best game, right? It's not like she was having her best game when when she when she went down. It's not like she was having her best performance, right? When she went down, it was like she was trying to kind of find her way, and hopefully she was gonna find her way. I mean, as it goes, right? Chastity finished with what she finished with. Let's see what she finished with. Chastity finished with she finished with 19 minutes played, 5 points, 1 for 6. She did hit a three. She had 2 assists and a turnover. So, uh, I think maybe the pressure, the defense of Baylor was possibly getting to her. Um, and I also want to give not just credit to Stremmy Hardaway, and I like the Strim Show name too. Some are calling her Strim Show, the Taylor Strim Show. That's nice. Um, and I could work that one in too in terms of nicknames, but I'm gonna stick with Stremmy Hardaway. I I like that one. What else we want to talk? Ava Hayden. Ava Hayden. That's the other reason why we won this game. Ava Hayden, she put a big boy shorts on, big boy pants on, buckled down, and to me it seemed like she has shown a little bit of slight regression. Not a lot, but she stepped back up huge. Ava turned it back on, and we needed it too. We needed Ava to turn it back on. She was able to come up with that huge and one. She finished with 12 rebounds. No, she finished with 11 rebounds, uh, 3 assists, and a block. Three of her rebounds was offensive, totaling up for 11 rebounds, and she was just clutch. 18.7 for 14 from the field. She made the most of her free throws too. We need to see her free throws improve. Last game she shot 57% from the free throw line. They ain't gonna get it done, buddy. So she steps that up and makes 4 for 5 for what is 80% free throw shooting. And she was just clutch. We don't win this game without Ava Hayden's contributions. We don't win this game without Strimblow's contributions. That plus defense. Y'all hit that like button. Please hit the like. Welcome in. Welcome in. Now Taylor McCabe, she continues to start. She plays 35 minutes. I'm going to tell you this. Her rebounding at 5'10" was special. 9 rebounds for Taylor McCabe. Get out. Shut the door. Yes, McCabe was big time for us. 2 for 8, not good, right? Only hit 1 3, but she converted. She her awareness is so improved. Her defense has vastly improved. Shout out to Hawkeye of the Storm because they talked about it last night. Shout out to Kasheen, Alexander, and Corey. They talked about how much improved that Taylor McCabe's defense is. Taylor McCabe's defense has massively improved. Um, her awareness, offensively, defensively, has improved. Now she doesn't still have much to her arsenal except for three. McCabe really only just has the 3 point shot, but now she plays defense. That's good. Now she attacks the glass. 9 rebounds, 2 offensive, seven defensive, and you come up with the biggest steal of the game. To me, I'm like, what was DLB thinking? Dariana Little Page Bugs literally just wasn't there. Let's take a look at her stat line. She was not there at all. Let's see, Fauntleroy, Dariana Little Page. Guys, Dariana Little Page Bugs literally went for 0. She literally laid the egg. She is probably the biggest reason why Baylor don't win. And I'm not upset because her bad performance equaled us to win. I think if Lil Page Bugs, hell, she's averaging like what, 13 on the season or something. Let me see if I can look. It's not really that important, but let's see. You guys see, I'm looking at the box score. Although I really see this. This is why they lost. DLB, Dariana Lil Page Bugs. Look at the stat line: 0 for 5. Couldn't even make the little mid range. 12 rebounds. That's what she does, right? She's a rebounding beast. So at least she was clicking in that department. What else? But yeah, her throwing that ball away to McCabe like that was just unacceptable. So let's see. And maybe for Baylor that was an aberration. I'm just trying to see what she normally averages on the season, if I can see what she averages. Shit, it might be a little slow moving. It might be a little bit of slow moving. Let's see. That's all. I thought she averaged 12, 13 points a game. She averaged 10 points, huh? I thought she averaged more. I thought Dariana Little Page Bugs averaged more than this. She's a senior. I'm thinking she could get into the W. She gonna have to play better than what she's playing. Davidson versus Baylor. Yo, what time does Iowa play tomorrow, bro? Cause bro, am I really finna miss the game, bro? Cause I can't, bro. I know it's something we gotta do. It's a family event. I gotta look into this, bro. Let me see something. Sometimes it's just about your competition. Sometimes it's just about the competition, man. Like, case in point, look at this. So, Lil Page Bugs, we hold her to an offer. She had 26 against Lemoyne. I said Lamont. Lemoyne. Lemoyne got blown out. UNLV, damn, they barely beat UNLV. They barely beat UNLV. And Dariana only had, what she had? She had 9 and 12 against UN. That's decent. Like I said, we stopped her last night for over. Making sure she didn't walk away with no buckets. She had 5 and 6 against, who was that? Lindenwood, maybe. Opening night against Duke, 10. Opening game against Duke in Paris, 10. She had a double-double. Yeah, I'm just saying, I think if she just would have gave them like 6 points, then they win. They beat us. She couldn't give her team nothing. Meanwhile, Talia Scott was tearing our tail up. We got who is this real quick? Who is AL State? Alcorn State that versus Vandy tomorrow. Well, tonight we got USC versus Notre Dame. That should be good. That should be good. Let me check this though. I know I'm getting slightly off top. No, I'll check that later. Or I'll check that maybe after the stream. I just hope I don't forget. Or maybe at the end of the stream I'll check. Because I want to know when we play tomorrow. Because it's like, bro, bruh. Let's see. Talia Scott, 30, 32 points. 32 points. Wow. 6 for 16 3-point shooting from Talia Scott. I was like, man, if we can't put a body on her, we gonna lose this game. She about to like shoot them into the victory. She was cooking. Damn, was she literally the only one? It was like Iowa versus Talia, really. Look at this. Nobody else scores in double figures. And bad shooting. 1 for 10, 0 for 5. First off, how you only gonna take 5 shots? That's unacceptable. But hey, we got the win. Markayla Johnson, true freshman, 0 for 5. I mean, the way I see it is like, hey, we just stopped Talia Scott. We walked away with the win. They only scored 20 points outside of her. I want to see Hannah's offense get back up to where it was. I'm kind of worried a little bit about Hannah. To me, guys, just to me, Hannah looks like a third. I don't want to be disrespectful. She looked like a third round pick, and y'all know third round picks might not make it. Third round pick. I mean, her offense, she got to be more dominant. And let's talk about how her footwork seemed to regress. She don't have no pump fakes. I thought she had improved. Like Hannah, you got a little mid range shot. You better execute that. We talked about, you getting your bag back popping. Like, you got to get your bag completely popping. And I saw some regression in her, too. And it's like, Hannah, come on, this your final year. Do you want, like, do you aspire to play pro ball? Cause they gon' I mean, if Hannah Stokey you really want to play pro ball, you gotta come in with some pump fakes. You gotta come in with some foot action. You gotta come in, up and unders, getting people up off their feet, and then going up the score. You gotta make it easier for yourself. Cause if you don't, your shot got blocked so many times yesterday. You're gonna get into the W, and you're gonna find out that you just can't get your shot up. You took a three yesterday. You gotta just continue to, shoot mid range, mix it up. You can't be predictable. You just can't do that. So I am a huge fan of Hannah. I feel like she took a step or two back, but then she she confidently flexed the ability to score that little mid range shot. So um I don't personally feel like, you know, it's all about her playing for trying to get to the W. But, that's I would imagine that would be the bigger picture. Like, and so right now, I would say that Hannah will probably be a third round draft pick if we was talking, the draft coming today. Kylie Fairback, who fouled out with 7 minutes to go. Let's talk a little bit about Kylie. So Kylie is starting, and I'm a big time Kylie Fairback fan. But when I look at Kylie Fairback, I sit there and I ask myself, like, are there better players? I think so. And this is gonna take some people back. let me say it this way. This is gonna take some people back. I take them aback, but I don't care. I think that length wise, if I get what Kylie brings. Kylie brings the experience, the poise, the coaches trust her. She plays good defense. But I look at it like a Tegan Mulaney, and I think, damn it, you should be playing Tegan. You should literally. I feel like Tegan Mulaney is better than Kylie. Maybe not in terms of foot speed, but I think with length, versatility, ability to shoot the ball, Tegan can rebound. She didn't even play yesterday. You mean to tell me you ain't got no room for Tegan Mulaney to play? Like I'm supportive of Coach Jan Jensen. I'm doing my best to try to trust this process with her and Eddie Deal and probably Tegan Mulaney. But yesterday was kind of crazy because it's like no Tegan, and we probably wouldn't even seen. Damn, I gotta give me something to grub on. But let me do this real quick. But we probably wouldn't have even seen you know, God works in mysterious ways. God really does work in mysterious ways because we probably wouldn't even seen the starring of Taylor Strimlow if Addie hadn't got hurt because I don't know what it is, but Coach Jan Jensen don't seem like she want to go that deep into a bench. And I get it. She's coaching to win. And shout out, like I say, to Kasheen Alexander, who from the Hawkeye of the Storm, she said what I said earlier. I just didn't go up on the show. But she said what I said. Coach Jan is coaching to win games. She's trying to win games. It's not about the experience. But I think sometimes matchup wise, and I would have been like, okay, Kylie, you're not really contributing offensively like that. You know what? I think you're gonna get a little bit more from Tegan. From Tegan Mulaney, I think you'll get more. I think her shot is due to eventually start falling. I think she can have mismatches in the post. I think she can grab rebounds. I think Tegan Mulaney is the type of player where, she just needs a real legitimate chance. And she's a sophomore, so this ain't her first rodeo. So you can't say, well, she's just a freshman. She ain't ready. No, she a sophomore. She know what's up. So I want to see her play more, and it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that she ain't playing more. Yeah, so I'm tired. Let me do this. So let me say this real quick. I'm gonna read out the way. Let me say this real fast. Set that up. But let me just say this. Let me say this. What was it I was gonna say? What was I gonna say, guys? Sip of water. Get a sip of water in. I think what I was gonna say I was gonna talk about Emily Rodriguez. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna talk about talking about So when Emily Rodriguez, right? I don't know if I could show y'all the actual score. I want to get the phone out my hand. Let me see. It ain't going. Okay, so nah, it ain't gonna want to stay. I should have left it how it was. So anyway, Emily Rodriguez. Oh, I feel like I'm finna y'all. Y'all know I love my Hawkeyes because I think I only had about maybe a couple people in here, like 4 people, 3 people. I really had too many people in the room, man. I can't even get a like. I can't even get one like. But nonetheless, I'm still over here rocking. I'm gonna start scheduling lives in the community post to let y'all know when I'm going live. Because, man, I got to get some kind of traction, and right now it's just been like low. But the fact that I love my Hawkeyes is going to keep me here and talking my Hawkeyes. I'm going to talk about the Hawkeyes, whether I got one person or 200 people in here. I'm going to continue to do what I will. I love my team. I love my Bruins too. But y'all know it's like the Hawkeyes is my favorite, right? I love the Bruins though. I really do. I got to check on them. I got to check up on my Bruins. But that's not the video or the live for that. We'll do that later. But Emily Rodriguez. Oh, so, guys, with Emily Rodriguez, right? With I think that I think that with Emily Rodriguez, I think her intentions are, um, I think that they are in the right place. I believe that Emily Rodriguez has great intentions for us. I believe that she wants to succeed. I believe that she wants to be great. I think that Emily Rodriguez can be a phenomenal player, but I think she is what some would describe as being a little bit too overeager. I think Emily Rodriguez is someone who, in particularly, um, doesn't always anticipate like defenders like closing on her, or not understanding that she needs to um, at times be more team oriented. I don't think nobody has an issue with her fervor, her want to, her desire to be great for us. I just think like sometimes conceptually, um, in the spirit of team basketball, that Emily would be, more team oriented. That she would share the rock some, because some of those plays, she shot 2 for 9 last night, and she had about 5 6 turnovers. And some of those, I'm like, what are you doing? Like literally, she's spinning and twisting, and I'm like, are you a ballerina? Or now I'm also thinking like, are you a Harlem Globetrotter? Like, what are you doing out here? And then sometimes she makes these crazy twists, moves, and then she puts up a shot that goes in, and I'm like, wow. And I'm just blown away, taken aback, because it's like that couldn't have went in for anyone else. No, she's got the height, she's got the want to. It's crazy because in the exhibition games, oh my goodness, didn't she look great? But I think she just has to trust in her shot making ability. If she sees a three, she passed on the three. Um, you don't want your game to come out as too predictable. So we know you can take threes and make them. I know you can shoot mid range games. I know you got a good bag to you. Um, so then show it off more. You don't always got to drive in wildly and toss it up, and it doesn't help. I mean, it doesn't hurt to move the rock. I get it though. I think she just wants to be great, but sometimes I just think she's a little bit too overeager for us. But I'm glad none of it hurt us. It didn't hurt us, because it could have hurt it. That turnover at the end of the game, like if she makes that shot, it would have been like wowzers. But she doesn't make that like circus twisting, winding layup, and she misses it, and, and like it's a turnover, and it's almost like, okay, well, if she does make it, it would have been a miraculous make. But if she misses it and the ball is turned over, that literally Baylor could have come down and hit a three or two, and it would have been a one possession game. So I just think it's up to him to be a little bit smarter. I'm not saying she isn't a smart kid, because she's a really bright kid. She's a really awesome kid. But I'm just talking about in terms of like shot selection, knowing when to pass the ball, in the first half, and was being a little bit and you hate to say this about our players, but you got to always speak the real. And that's what I'm gonna start saying. You hate to be too critical, but you always got to speak the real. You hate to be too critical, but you always must speak the real. And the fact of the matter is, when she got pulled by Coach Jan Jensen, and I was talking to somebody in the Hawkeyes fan group I'm in, and we both agreed, like, hey, she's doing too much. You got to take her out the game and sit her down. I said this, and I literally said, I'm shouting at the TV. I've never done as much shouting at the TV as I did last night. But I'm like, you're gonna have to pull her. You know, next possession, Coach Jan Jensen pulls M. Mm-hmm. So I guess in closing, because I didn't talk pretty much for half an hour, didn't get too much interaction, but hey, I'm here to talk about my team. Um, I guess what's with this thing? I guess in closing, um, we now know that we are a team that can win different types of games, and we know that now because we have pretty much beat cupcakes. We pretty much been cakewalking. LSU would know something about that, about cakewalking, and we pull off a big win against a top 10 ranked team. So I think we'll probably push ourselves up to like, well, we play Saturday. We play Miami, and I do think that we need to guard against letdown. Um, we can't have we can't have a letdown. Mm-mm. We definitely can't afford to just let that game slip after winning such a big game. And I think defensively, we're going to bring it. And I heard some things about Miami to be on the lookout for, and I also might check out a Miami game if available. Um, but yeah, guys, and I think that's pretty much going to conclude this live stream. I do think that I said a lot of what I needed to say. I do think I walked away from the Iowa victory knowing that Taylor Strimlow could absolutely step in for Chit Chat and do an admirable job playing for her while she's out. And this is kind of what I wanted. I wanted Strimlow to be my starter. Did I ever convey that to you guys? I might have. But I always wanted to see Strimlow start this season, but it went to Chit Chat. But who am I to question Coach Jan Jensen? Who am I, right? I'm just a huge, epic, tremendous Iowa Hawkeyes fan. Um, and that's with or without Caitlin Clark. It's been proven. Caitlin Clark has been gone for 2 years. Um, and I thank her for everything that she provided. Um, but this was a huge win for the program. And another thing I want to say as I close out, another thing I want to say is we and I touched on this yesterday. We lost out on we lost out on Addison Bajon. And while losing out on Addison Bajon is something that I don't like. I really don't like it. I want to say it was great to see us get the win yesterday. It really was. So that was awesome. That was great to be able to pull out a win on the day when Addison Bajon said, I'm going to Texas. The only thing that would have made the victory sweeter is if yesterday we were playing Texas. and we beat Texas. That would have made it so much more sweeter. And also, guys, like this is absolutely no disrespect to Lucy Olsen because she was incredible, but I ain't too sure we win that game last year and that we won yesterday. I don't think we had maybe the right personnel. No, last night we had a bunch of bulls and dogs ready to do whatever it took. And that's what you need. You know, yeah, Ava had 8 points the game prior, but she was huge. She was a go-to player when I was looking for us to have one. Taylor Strimlaw. She was a go-to player yesterday. And I was trying to find out who was going to be our go-to players. I said, who the hell we going to go to down the stretch? Clearly, they was going to Talia Scott. And our go-to players became Ava and Taylor Strimlaw. So, congratulations to my Hawkeyes. Big time win. Big time win. And so, we play tomorrow against Miami. Hopefully, we can get that W. It definitely won't be easy, though. They aren't. They never are. Even the easy ones aren't easy. So, but I guess that's pretty much my time. I've said pretty much all that I think I wanted to say. But definitely wanted to go live and talk about the game. It was a great game. I can't wait to watch it again. I was pulling it out in a grueling contest. A very grueling, tough fight of a contest versus a top 10 Baylor ranked team. And again, I can't tell y'all the last time I was so ecstatic to see someone have a successful moment like a Taylor Strimlow. I mean, her 3 pointers were so huge, they were epic proportions. Couldn't because even when Chit Chat was in the game, couldn't really get anything going. Couldn't really get nothing cooking because Baylor was playing great defense, and we gotta remember, like Chit Chat is a great person, but she's only 5'5". You know, so Strimlow brings a whole Strimlow brings a whole different entire dynamic. You know, and as a Hawkeyes fan, I wanted her to start, so of course I'm gonna be happy as hell to see her succeed. You know, but again, other things that I want to see aren't more likely to happen. I would love to see Tegan Mulaney play more minutes than Kylie Fuhrback, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen. I would love to see Addie Deal get in the game, but barring a couple of minutes here nor there like last night, that's not the kind of game you could probably put her in. And we'll talk more about that on the Eddie show, but I don't think I don't think she could be out there like that. So. And then Layla Hayes playing against tougher teams. Y'all watch that too, cause she gonna be she gonna need to get stronger. She is good though. Layla Hayes is actually good, but we'll have to get stronger in her stance as she plays more physical teams. Cause finesse game and just powering your way around everybody might not always work. So I drank all this water. Mm. And I ate this tropical fruit, so probably gotta go to the bathroom in a little bit. So, but yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna wait till it gets to about the 41 minute mark, and then I'm probably gonna cut the live stream. Again, I appreciate everybody for stopping in. Think we only got one comment or something, but we got a couple of people in and out the chat. Hey, I'm here to talk my Hawkeyes, and I'm going to do that whether I get one person or 55 people. I'm not really concerned too much about it because I had something I had to say. I did say last night on the live stream that I deleted that I was going to go live between 9 and 10:30. I did come on a little bit later, but not by too much later. And I did, at least in this instance, I kept my, essentially kept my promises to come back. I guess maybe, well, yeah, I'm going to end the stream. I'll be back. Peace.